Good evening and thanks for watching CTV Sports. I'm Patrick Enslow and I'm usually joined by my home dog Travis, but the Rams scale are open today, so we're still trying to find him. Hopefully we have better luck with that.
Hey, don't worry, I'm here. I'm here. Let's talk some sports. I was helping an old lady across the street.
Let's get started. He's Travis, I'm Patrick, like I said.
And coming up on CTV Sports, we've got a boatload of highlights.
It was all orange out all weekend for CSU Sports. Both volleyball and football came up big in revenge matches at home.
And women's basketball is preparing for its upcoming season. After last year's success, see what the players are doing to improve.
We've got all the analysis and more coming up on CTV Sports.
You're watching CTV Sports!
Welcome to CTV Sports. For those of you who are watching us instead of the MLB playoffs, thanks, Mom. For those of you who aren't my mom, good luck finding your remote.
We've got a great show for you, though. The Colorado State football team was looking for a bit of revenge against Tulsa on Saturday. Last season, the Golden Hurricane managed to beat the Rams on a last-second field goal. Saturday was a much different story for McElwain's squad. Nearly 26,000 fans showed up to the Orange Out, a significantly better showing than the 21,000 who went to the game against Cal Davis. And these fans were in for a show. D. Hart strikes early with a long touchdown run to put the Rams up 7-zip the first quarter. And they never looked back. Higgins then made a nice catch and run from 73 yards and took it to the house. Woo! That was the second of 4 touchdown receptions, shattering his career best. But let's take this one back. Higgins was an absolute animal in this game, and if you looked close on this play as he works upfield with this defender, shake and bake, and then he is just off to the races.
Hollywood!
And he lived up to the nickname in this one. And Grayson finished the day with 236 yards and 3 touchdowns before QB backup Nick Stevens came in with a touchdown in mop-up duty. D. Hart also finished with a pair of touchdowns and 143 yards rushing.
We're a long ways from where we expect to be. And yet, I'm not going to downplay the fact we've gotten here probably a little faster than I anticipated. I'll be straight honest with you based on what it was.
Trav Dog, it's tough to argue with the progress that this team has made under Coach Mack.
Absolutely. You can see, as you can see there, Coach McElwain is hungry for more wins, and he's definitely trying his best to build up the CSU program to where it's been in the past.
Yeah, they're definitely going in the right direction, and the defense is going in the right direction as well. It's great to see. Building off that interception against BC, which was a game changer, 4 sacks and 2 interceptions in this game. I mean, the defense is really stepping up, led by Trent Matthews and Max Morgan and Aaron Davis with those goal line stops. I'm really excited about this defense.
It's been fun to watch them get it better and better every game. But I got to talk about Rashard Hollywood Higgins. In this game, 6 receptions, 178 yards. That is some big-time plays. 29.7 yards per catch and 4 touchdowns. Holy cow, you got to give some credit to Rashard, and he's really doing great this season. 8 touchdowns. He's found the end zone 8 times as a receiver. It's really impressive to see how he's formed into this great receiver.
Oh, yeah. And I mean, he's only a sophomore, and he just keeps getting better and better, and that's what you like to see. They also had a balanced attack with 200-plus rushing yards and 200-plus passing yards, which is definitely what they're going to need in their next game against Reno.
Absolutely. Heading into this Nevada game, we've talked about it. Cody Fajardo is one of those quarterbacks you don't see very often, and he's a very athletic quarterback. Just to give a little perspective on his abilities, 72 more rushing yards than Treyas Gerald's. That's how good this guy can run, and he's got 1,000 yards plus throwing the ball. So it's going to be fun to watch if this defense can contain Fajardo in that great explosive offense.
Yeah, and we're going to need to see great plays from Max Morgan and Trent Matthews. Again, they're going to need another big game because, I mean, he can tuck it and run or he can air it out. And there's definitely going to be lots of points scored in this game. It is going to be an offensive game with Reno not really having much of a defense.
I think the key to this game for CSU and Nevada is what defense can hold off the big plays. What defense can stop those 30-yard-plus plays. If you look at the stats, Nevada looks at like one of the worst defenses in the nation, but that's a little inflated in my opinion because they've played Washington State, Arizona, who's number 10 in the nation, and Boise State on their schedule. I think that is a result because they've played such tough teams that are airing it out and getting all those yards on them. So I think these are pretty evenly matched defenses, and it's going to be interesting to see which one can really hold off the other's offense.
Yeah, and a night game on the road, so it will be tough for those Rams.
Yep. Well, coming up, we've got highlights of volleyball's big weekend at home.
We understand if you missed the game because it didn't take long for the Rams to trample San Diego State.
But that's why we're here, with all the highlights for you. We'll be right back.
The next 30 seconds can save you a lot of money. Just do your laundry in cold and stick to full loads. Auto-sleep your computers. Plug your gadgets in a power strip and switch it off when you're done. Headed out? Turn back your thermostat by 10 degrees. And drive sensibly. The more energy you save, the more money you save. Find other great tips at energysaver.gov.
Everybody has a dream. Mine was to see the ocean. And with a little help, I made it.
Welcome back. You're watching CTV Sports. Deidre Foss carried the number 7 Rams to a pair of wins last week, both of them at home. That's right. You may have forgotten after 3 weeks, but the volleyball team does still play at Moby. Foss's performance was even enough for her to be named Mountain West Player of the Week. Foss, the Mountain West leader in assists, averaged 13% against UNLV and SDSU last week. As you can see, she also had a bunch of blocks too. 4,600 people packed the Moby for the Orange Out on Saturday, eager for a win after watching the football team thrash the not-so-golden Hurricane. The Aztecs were able to keep up initially, but couldn't ever close out a set against the red-hot Rams, who are now riding an 11-game win streak.
We were saying we don't want to let them think that they even have a chance, so we just came out that third game and crushed them and said, this is Moby. Welcome to playing here.
CSU's next test will be on the road in good old Laramie to take on those Cowgirls. See, Pat, Wyoming is always a tough place to go and get a win for any CSU team. Do you think they have a chance of losing this one in Laramie?
No, I don't, Travis. Mark that up as 12 in a row. I don't think I'm really going out on a limb making this prediction, but it was great to see Deidre Foss get some recognition, and they really haven't looked bad. They only had one bad set all last week against UNLV, and it was that second set. Other than that, this team looks to be on a mission, and you can see with Deidre Foss in that press conference just really sending a message to those other Mountain West teams that they're here to play.
I'm with you. You got to give credit to Hilbert. He's really rallied these girls and made sure they don't get complacent for these games. They're not huge games in their minds. They've played those bigger teams already this season, but he's done a great job at making sure they're ready for every game and going and get that win that they should get.
Yeah, and I think we will be hosting a regional this year.
So. Calling it.
Yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited.
Bold pick there, Patty.
Yeah. Hey, and Snyder's looking great too. Between Snyder and Foss, I think they're going to lead this team to a regional. And Moby will be rocking. They won't forget about it.
That's for sure. That's for sure. We're going to take another quick break.
But we'll be right back with news about women's soccer. Faster than you can look up the roster to see who actually plays on the team.
And we've got a preview of women's basketball. Don't go away.
The next 30 seconds can save you a lot of money. Just do your laundry in cold and stick to full loads. Auto-sleep your computers. Plug your gadgets in a power strip and switch it off when you're done. Headed out? Turn back your thermostat by 10 degrees. And drive sensibly. The more energy you save, the more money you save. Find other great tips at energysaver.gov.
Everybody has a dream. Mine was to see the ocean. And with a little help, I made it.
Welcome back. It was Heartbreak Hotel in the 84th minute for CSU soccer, losing 1-0 to Utah State on the road. Rams sophomore goalkeeper Jesse McGinley had a career game, stopping 9 shots. CSU was outshot in the match 19-5. The Rams will head back to the Lagoon Friday for its final home game of the season against Air Force.
And basketball season is just around the corner. CSU's women's team is looking to build off its tremendous success during last year's regular season. After winning the Mountain West regular season title with an impressive 23-6 record, the Rams' tires ran flat to end the year. CSU lost in the Mountain West Conference Tournament Championship and then lost in the first round of the WNIT. Coach Williams and his new crew are ready to start the new season, with their biggest obstacle being finding their identity with all the new players.
I think the biggest focus area right now when you've got some new kids is the chemistry and establishing a tempo and a toughness of play.
Last week, Patty Cake and I gave our predictions on playoff baseball, but
A little off.
it's a week old now. Let's see how we did. Oh, baby, that's not good.
Yeah, and Trav, I
Yikes.
think that's your bracket there, Trav, because I know I
It's looking
definitely
like
had
yours.
those fighting Showalters beating Detroit.
Those
So
fighting shoulders. You gotta love those KC Royals, man. That team has been playing great. Moose, as they love to call him. Eric Hosmer, 2 home runs each in that matchup there. And how about those Orioles? 21 runs in just 3 games against 3 ex-Cy Young winners. You gotta love the offensive production they got in Showalter's crew there.
yeah, and when you drop down in that second game and you can get a comeback victory, I think that was huge for this team. And this ALCS will be great. Both atmospheres are electric. We got Kansas City versus Baltimore. Baltimore with the home field advantage, and I picked the Angels to go to the World Series, but in this one I gotta go with the Orioles after that performance. I mean, they won 96 games. Don't let that go unnoticed. KC is playing well. I think this will go 6 or 7 games.
Really, I think at this point I'm going KC. They're so hot right now. I think they've got a great bullpen. I think that's going to carry them, and they're going to get this one in 5 games. I'm calling.
Oh, wow.
But we got to talk about the NL. NL, it's been a fun NLDS watching those Cardinals and Dodgers, and then the Nationals fighting back today and bringing it to 2-1. Who do you got coming out in those 2 games, those matchups there?
Well, Nationals, big win today. If they can keep that momentum going and win another one, we can go to Game 5 in D.C. and see if they can get over that hump of the NLDS. They really haven't been able to get over that the past few years. So I'll go Nationals. I think they're slowly building momentum. Harper with a huge home run in Game 2, and I think if he gets hot, they're a team to watch out for because they got great pitching. And then I'm picking the Dodgers. That's a great series. They already had a fight. They got that playoff intensity, and I love it.
I'm sticking with my Nationals. I chose them to win the World Series.
Ooh.
I think after this win, they got it off their shoulders, the monkey off their shoulders, and I think they're going to rally back and win that series there. And I got to go with the Cardinals. Man, oh man, Matt Carpenter, we're seeing some magic from that man's bat. It's like David Freese back in 2011, coming up with the huge hits. I think that team got to win against Kershaw, which is what a lot of people didn't think would happen. So I think Cardinals are going to ride this one out. I think the Nationals and Cardinals are going to be the series to watch there.
Well, NL MVP candidate Kershaw will get redemption if they go to Game 4 because he's slated to start that game. And if he comes out and dominates, I can guarantee the Dodgers will win. And I had them going to the World Series, and I'm sticking with that pick because I don't see the Nationals really having that playoff momentum that that those teams really need to get to the World Series. So I'm going Dodgers, and Kershaw will redeem himself in that Game 4.
It'll be fun to watch the rest of the playoffs play out here.
Yeah, I'm excited. Well, that's all the time we have for this week's show.
For all the latest on CSU Sports, check out our website at collegian.com.
Or you can go to Darn Games. But we understand that Nevada is a bit of a trek. So just click on the sports tab at the top of our site.
Have a great night.